You've been told your whole life that the key to financial success is earning more money. Get a high-paying job, climb the corporate ladder, and eventually, you'll be rich. But here's the truth. Earning more will never make you rich if you don't control what you already have. Most people don't have a salary problem. They have a spending problem, a mindset problem, and a dependency problem. The Stoics understood this long before modern finance. Seneca warned, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." The salary trap is one of the biggest financial lies keeping people broke. You believe that when you make more money, you'll finally have enough to save, invest, and live stress-free. But every time your income increases, your expenses rise just as fast, or even faster. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it's why so many high earners still live paycheck to paycheck. Instead of using raises to build wealth, people use them to upgrade their lifestyle, locking themselves into an endless cycle of working just to sustain their spending. The modern world encourages this trap. The moment you get a higher salary, society pushes you to level up. You're expected to move into a bigger house, drive a better car, buy designer brands, and take luxury vacations, all because you can afford it now. But Marcus Aurelius warned against this illusion of success. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. A Stoic doesn't upgrade their lifestyle just because they can. Instead, they keep expenses low and use the extra income to create true financial freedom. The second trap of relying on a salary is false security. Most people believe that a steady paycheck equals financial stability. But in reality, if your entire income depends on one job, you're always one step away from disaster. A Stoic prepares for uncertainty instead of fearing it. The solution? Build multiple streams of income so that no single event can destroy your financial life. This could mean investing, starting a side business, or creating passive income sources. The key is to never be fully dependent on someone else for your financial survival. Another dangerous mindset is equating salary with wealth. Many people assume that because they make six figures, they are rich. But high income does not equal financial security. True wealth is measured by how much freedom your money gives you, not how much you earn per year. A person making $50,000 a year but living on $30,000 and investing the rest is wealthier than someone making $500,000 but spending it all. The goal is not to have a high salary. It's to have financial independence. A simple Stoic principle to break free from the salary trap is delayed gratification. Instead of spending every raise immediately, pause. Ask yourself, does this purchase bring me closer to freedom or deeper into dependency? Every time you resist the urge to inflate your lifestyle, you take back control. Seneca practiced voluntary discomfort, choosing to live simply even when he was wealthy, so that money never controlled him. You can do the same by training yourself to live below your means no matter your income level. The final shift is changing your financial priorities. Most people prioritize spending first and saving whatever is left, which is usually nothing. A Stoic flips this mindset. Invest first, save second, spend last. Every paycheck should go toward building assets before funding luxuries. The people who win financially aren't the ones who earn the most. They're the ones who know how to keep and multiply what they earn. Escaping the salary trap isn't about making millions. It's about needing less, keeping more, and building a life where money works for you, not the other way around. The moment you stop believing that a higher income will solve all your problems, you gain the ultimate financial advantage: control over your wealth, your time, and your future. Have you ever bought something just to feel better, only to regret it later? Maybe you clicked buy now on an expensive gadget you didn't really need, or swiped your card for a new outfit just because it was on sale. It felt good for a moment, but soon after the excitement faded and all you were left with was a lighter wallet. This isn't just a bad habit, it's an addiction, and it's keeping you broke. The Stoics saw this problem long before modern psychology confirmed it. Epictetus warned, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." If you don't control your spending, then your emotions, society, and advertisers will control it for you. The truth is, most spending isn't logical, it's emotional. People buy things because they feel bored, stressed, or pressured to keep up with others. Companies know this, which is why they use psychological tricks to make you spend without thinking. They manipulate urgency, limited time only, social proof, everyone is buying this, and emotional triggers, you deserve this luxury. If you don't train your mind to see through these tactics, you will always feel the urge to buy things you don't need. One of the biggest spending traps is buying to impress others. Social media has turned life into a competition of who has the nicest house, the best vacation, the most expensive watch. But Marcus Aurelius reminds us, do not waste what remains of your life in speculating about others. A Stoic does not spend to signal status, they spend to increase freedom. If your purchases are based on what others think, you are not in control of your money, they are. Another spending trap is boredom shopping. Many people buy things not because they need them but because they crave stimulation. The rush of purchasing something new creates a temporary dopamine spike. But just like a sugar rush, it fades fast, and you're left chasing the next high. The Stoic solution? Train yourself to find satisfaction in what you already have. Before making a purchase, ask yourself, am I buying this out of need or out of habit? If it's the latter, walk away. One of the most dangerous spending addictions is emotional spending, using money to escape stress, sadness, or frustration. When people feel bad, they convince themselves that buying something will make them feel better. And for a moment it does. But soon after, the stress returns, except now they have less money and more financial anxiety. Seneca warned, if you live in harmony with nature, you will never be poor. If you live according to opinion, you will never be rich. The Stoic approach is to face emotions, not buy your way out of them. Instead of shopping, sit with discomfort, find healthier outlets, and train yourself to resist impulsive reactions. The subscription trap is another way people unknowingly drain their wealth. Streaming services, premium memberships, and recurring charges add up over time. Because the payments are small, you don't notice how much they're costing you. A Stoic applies intentional awareness, reviewing every expense regularly and cutting out anything that doesn't provide real value. Ask yourself, if I had to start paying for this today, would I still sign up? If the answer is no, cancel it. Marketing tricks also keep people trapped in spending cycles. Companies manufacture urgency to make you act before thinking. Only a few left. Buy now or miss out. The Stoic response: pause before every purchase. Use the 24-hour rule. If you still want it a day later, then consider it. This eliminates impulse buying and gives you time to decide rationally, not emotionally. The ultimate spending addiction is chasing happiness through material things. Many people believe that if they just had a bigger house, a nicer car, or a luxury wardrobe, they would finally feel successful. But Epictetus reminds us, wealth consists not in having great possessions but in having few wants. The real trap isn't the spending, it's the endless cycle of wanting more. The moment you realize that happiness is not for sale, you become financially unshakable. Breaking free from spending addiction isn't about depriving yourself. It's about choosing freedom over impulse. Every time you resist an unnecessary purchase, you're not just saving money, you're taking back control. The Stoics didn't reject wealth, they rejected being controlled by it. If you can master your desires, you master your money. And once you do that, you stop working for money and money starts working for you. You know you should be investing. You've heard about compound interest, financial freedom, and the power of long-term wealth. But something always stops you. Maybe it's fear of losing money, lack of knowledge, or the belief that investing is only for the rich. The truth? The biggest obstacle to building wealth isn't the market, it's your own mindset. The Stoics understood this long before modern finance. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Most people fail to invest, not because they lack money, but because they let fear make financial decisions for them. Fear is the #1 reason people never start investing. They worry about stock market crashes, bad investments, and losing what they worked hard to earn. But Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind. not outside events. Market crashes, inflation, and economic downturns are outside your control, but your response to them is. A Stoic investor focuses on long-term strategy, not short-term fear. They understand that markets will rise and fall, but disciplined investing always wins over time. One of the biggest investing mistakes people make is waiting for the perfect time. They say, "I'll start investing when the market is better," or "I need to learn everything first." But the reality is, the best time to invest was yesterday. The second best time is now. The Stoics taught that action is the cure for hesitation. Epictetus said, "How long are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself? If you keep delaying, you'll look back in 10 years and realize you missed the opportunity to let time work for you." Another trap is overanalyzing. Many people believe they need to know everything before they start investing, so they read endlessly, research obsessively, and never take action. But Seneca warned, "While we waste our time hesitating and postponing, life is slipping away." The Stoic investor doesn't wait until they have all the answers. They start small, learn along the way, and improve with experience. Instead of looking for the perfect investment, start with what is proven. Low-cost index funds, diversified portfolios, and consistent contributions. One of the most dangerous investing mistakes is letting emotions control decisions. When the market is booming, people buy out of greed. When the market crashes, they panic and sell. This is why so many investors lose money. They chase highs and flee lows, making impulsive decisions instead of sticking to a rational plan. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are troubled by anything external, it is not the thing itself that disturbs you, but your judgment about it." A Stoic investor stays calm in volatility, remains detached from emotions, and follows a long-term strategy regardless of short-term noise. A common excuse people use is thinking they don't have enough money to invest. But this is a lie. The Stoic principle of starting where you are applies to investing too. You don't need thousands of dollars. You can start with whatever you have. Thanks to fractional shares, commission-free platforms, and automated investing, even small amounts can grow into wealth over time. Seneca said, "Wealth is the slave of the wise man, the master of the fool." A wise investor makes money work for them no matter how much they start with. Diversification is another key Stoic principle in investing. Just as the Stoics advised against relying on one source of happiness, a wise investor does not rely on one type of asset. Putting all your money in one stock, one business, or one trend is gambling, not investing. The Stoic approach is to spread risk wisely: stocks, bonds, real estate, and other proven assets. Epictetus taught, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." This means avoiding hype, ignoring speculation, and investing based on logic, not emotion. The final Stoic principle in investing is accepting that losses are part of the game. Many people are afraid to invest because they don't want to lose money. But the truth is, losses are inevitable. What matters is how you respond. A Stoic doesn't let temporary losses shake them because they know that wealth is built over decades, not days. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Every market downturn, every mistake, every moment of uncertainty is an opportunity to become a stronger investor. Most people fail at investing because they let fear, impatience, and overanalysis stop them from taking action. But the Stoic investor is different. They focus on long-term discipline over short-term emotions. They control what they can: consistent investing, diversification, and patience, and ignore what they can't: market fluctuations and media panic. You don't need perfect knowledge to start investing. You don't need perfect timing. You just need a plan, a long-term mindset, and the ability to detach from short-term fear. The moment you stop waiting and start taking control of your financial future, you gain the ultimate Stoic advantage: peace of mind, financial security, and the freedom that wealth provides. Imagine waking up one day and realizing that most of your paycheck doesn't even belong to you. It already belongs to your landlord, the bank, your credit card company, and your car loan lender. You're not working for yourself. You're working to pay off debt. And yet, society tells you this is normal. That having debt is just a part of life. But the Stoics knew better. Seneca warned, debt is the slavery of the free. If you are constantly making payments just to survive, then you are not financially free. You are trapped. Most people don't realize how dangerous debt truly is because modern society has made it look completely normal. Banks tell you it's okay to have a mortgage for 30 years. Car dealerships convince you that leasing is just the way things are. Credit card companies encourage you to buy now and worry later. But the truth is, debt is a silent financial prison, one that keeps you dependent on a paycheck, unable to take risks, and constantly stressed about money. The moment you owe money, your decisions are no longer fully your own. The first reason people stay trapped in debt is because they believe it's unavoidable. They assume that debt is just a tool for survival, that they need it to buy a house, drive a nice car, or live comfortably. But Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life." The Stoic approach to money is simple. If you can't afford it without debt, you can't afford it. Instead of financing a lifestyle, a Stoic focuses on living within their means, avoiding unnecessary upgrades, and prioritizing financial independence over temporary luxuries. The second reason people stay in debt is because they underestimate its long-term cost. A $10,000 loan doesn't cost $10,000. It costs $15,000 or $20,000 once you add interest. A $500,000 mortgage can cost over $1 million by the time it's paid off. This is how the financial system traps you, not with big, obvious mistakes, but with slow, steady wealth drains that keep you paying for decades. Seneca advised, "Wealth is not about having more but needing less." The solution? Avoid unnecessary debt at all costs and focus on paying off what you already owe as quickly as possible. One of the biggest financial lies is that car payments are just a part of life. People willingly sign up for $40,000 car loans, believing it's the only way to drive a decent vehicle. But a Stoic sees through this illusion. The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. A new car is an external status symbol that only keeps you financially trapped. Instead, a Stoic chooses a reliable, used car, buys it outright if possible, and redirects that money toward financial freedom. Credit cards are another major financial trap. Most people treat them as free money, swiping without thinking about the consequences. The average American carries thousands of dollars in credit card debt, paying interest rates of 20% or more. That means if you buy a $1,000 TV on credit and only make the minimum payments, you could end up paying $2,000 or more over time. The Stoic mindset is simple. If you can't pay it off in full, don't buy it. The housing market is another area where debt keeps people financially trapped. Many assume that bigger is better, that upgrading to a larger home is a sign of success. But Seneca reminds us, the greatest wealth is a poverty of desires. A Stoic doesn't buy a house to impress others. They buy based on what they need, not what society expects. A modest home that allows financial flexibility is far more valuable than a mansion that chains you to a lifetime of mortgage payments. So how do you escape the debt cycle? The first step is to stop adding new debt. Before making any purchase, ask yourself, do I actually need this, or am I just following what society expects? If it's not essential, wait, save and buy with cash instead. The second step is attacking debt aggressively. The Stoics were all about discipline, paying off the smallest debts first to gain momentum, and then tackling larger ones with laser focus. Every payment you make toward your debt is a step toward financial freedom. Another powerful Stoic principle for escaping debt is practicing voluntary discomfort. Seneca would live as if he were poor, even though he was one of the richest men in Rome, to remind himself that luxury is not a necessity. Financially, this means choosing temporary discomfort, driving a used car, living in a smaller home, cutting unnecessary expenses, so that you can break free from financial chains faster. The ultimate goal is to stop living for lenders and start living for yourself. The moment you owe nothing to anyone, you gain true financial power. You can take risks, walk away from toxic jobs, and make decisions based on what's best for you, not based on monthly payment obligations. Epictetus said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." If you don't need debt, you control your money, your life, and your future. Debt is a modern financial prison, but you hold the key to escape. The sooner you break free, the sooner you stop working for banks and start working for your own financial independence. The choice is simple. Will you stay trapped, or will you take control? What if I told you that financial freedom isn't about how much money you have, but about how much control you have over your life? Most people spend their entire lives chasing money, thinking that if they just earn enough, save enough, or invest enough, they'll finally feel secure. But the Stoics understood a deeper truth. You can be rich and still feel poor, and you can have very little and still feel wealthy. The real measure of financial success isn't in your bank balance, it's in your ability to live life on your own terms. Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." This means that financial freedom is not just about money. It's about breaking free from the need to constantly chase more. Most people are trapped in an endless cycle. They make money, they spend it, they upgrade their lifestyle, and then they have to keep working harder just to maintain it. They never actually feel free because they're always dependent on the next paycheck, the next promotion, the next big financial win. The first step to true financial freedom is defining what enough looks like for you. Most people never do this, so they keep moving the goalpost. They think, once I make 6 figures, I'll be set. Then they get there and think, maybe I need 7 figures. But Marcus Aurelius warned, wealth rarely brings satisfaction if the desire for more is endless. The Stoic approach is to ask yourself, what do I actually need to be happy and secure? If you don't define this number, you'll always feel like you need more no matter how much you have. The second step is shifting from working for money to making money work for you. Most people believe financial freedom comes from earning more, but the reality is that true wealth comes from how well you manage what you already have. A Stoic doesn't chase wealth for its own sake. They use money as a tool to create options and reduce dependence. This means investing wisely, keeping expenses low, and building passive income streams so that money is no longer something they have to trade their time for. Another key to financial freedom is avoiding the status game. Many people feel pressure to keep up with others, to buy the bigger house, the luxury car, the expensive clothes, not because they truly want them, but because they want to prove something. But Epictetus reminds us, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. A Stoic does not waste money trying to impress others. They spend only on what truly adds value to their life. If something doesn't contribute to freedom, security, or happiness, they simply don't buy it. One of the biggest obstacles to financial freedom is fear of losing money. Many people become so obsessed with protecting what they have that they never take risks, never invest, and never make moves that could lead to real independence. But Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. In financial terms, this means understanding that money is a tool, not a goal. The purpose of wealth isn't just to accumulate, it's to be used wisely to improve your life. If fear is stopping you from making smart financial decisions, you are still controlled by money even if you have a lot of it. Another key to financial freedom is owning your time. Many people assume they are financially successful just because they make a high salary. But if you have to wake up every day and trade your hours for money just to survive, you are not financially free. The real goal isn't to make millions, it's to design a life where you control how you spend your time. Seneca put it best, life is long if you know how to use it. A Stoic focuses on building wealth in a way that allows them to work when they want, on what they want, with no financial stress. The final step to financial freedom is learning how to live simply and intentionally. Most people believe they need more money to be happy, but studies and the Stoics prove otherwise. Beyond a certain point, more money does not create more happiness. What does? Freedom, purpose, and peace of mind. The Stoics practiced voluntary simplicity, not because they hated wealth, but because they wanted to prove to themselves that they didn't need luxuries to be happy. The modern version of this is living below your means, eliminating unnecessary expenses and focusing on what truly brings fulfillment. True financial freedom isn't about never working again. It's about having the power to choose how you live. It's about designing a life where money supports you, not controls you, where your time is yours, where you no longer feel trapped by debt, comparison, or the endless need for more. A Stoic does not let money dictate their life. They master it, control it, and use it as a tool to build something meaningful. If you're ready to break free from financial stress and start building real wealth the Stoic way, subscribe to our channel today. Check out our playlist full of strategies to help you control your money, escape financial traps, and achieve lasting freedom. Don't let another year go by without taking charge of your financial future. Start now.